So, if you haven't heard about the news website Vice, it's basically like if BuzzFeed and CNN had a child, and that child had autism. Just here we see the definitive analysis of the handshake between Donald Trump and Justin Trudeau. Because truly, this is what needs an entire news story dedicated to it. Thank you so much, Drew Brown, for bringing this to our attention. This was no regular handshake. This was the first shot in a bloodless war. Holy shit, it's the War of 1812 all over again. I'm shaking in my poached seal leather boots. Donald Trump stands ominously at the door of the White House, flanked by some roided out Marines. He extends his hand as Justin Trudeau opens the car door. Imagine the scene as you open that door. For literally fucking Hitler, outside your car is Donald fucking Trump, and he wants to shake your hand. That's probably covered with non-consensual pussy. I mean, he is literally Hitler after all. Of course you know this is no ordinary handshake. The Trump handshake is the opening salvo to a silent, bloodless war. It is a free-form arm wrestling. It is an attempt to demonstrate the Donalds' hyperpotence over and against all the effeminate detritus of the world's elite politicians. Is this trying to insult Trudeau, or is it just being honest? Because I really can't tell. All these soft men from soft countries with their soft hands and their soft cocks, feelings, and their soft policies on radical soft Islam. Donald Trump is a real man. He's a hard man with hard-bodied women and a hard-nosed drive for success. The Donald crushes the hands of lesser men. Do you need a moment to yourself, sir? Because I think you're going a little bit far on the Donald Trump is really hard and he likes to crush people. I'm scared for you, okay? The Donald crushes the hands of lesser men and is extremely powerful and definitely not small mitts. He pulls them into his orbit like a magnificent star, pulling their arms out of their sockets, breathing an ancient silent message down their necks. I am the boss. I am your boss. You will bend to me, as all men must bend to me, one of the giants whose blood alone turns the wheel of history to crush lesser creatures beneath us. This is a handshake buried under the weight of its own meaninglessness. That was so edgy. I'm going to cut my wrist on it later. A black hole of meta commentary in a world where sense sloshes chaotically across a flat surface of signifiers unmoored from any attachment to truth or reason, or even an orderly presentation of images. Donald Trump's handshake is a signed statement on the failure of language here at the end of the world. Do you actually fucking think this is the end of the world? He invited the Canadian Prime Minister to meet with him. Does this really require this much? You didn't even talk about the meeting. You're talking about the handshake. Good God. Justin Trudeau is prepared for this. Oh, I'm sure he is. He spent hours of watching videos of foreign dignitaries having their knucks busted by Diamond Donnie. I'm sure he watches a lot of images of hard Donald. He and a crack team of advisors have been studying them and analyzing every move. He has been overclocking it at the gym to get his forearms swole. You just said swole, unironically, in a news article. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm going to be ordering my regular tonight. Clorox on the rocks. Anytime he is off camera, he is clenching. Okay. I'll leave you to yourself, though. He is clenching and unclenching a grip master. Is this your trashed fan fiction? Is that what this is? I'm seriously questioning your sanity right now. He's endlessly clenching and unclenching his anus to build focus? Okay, I was joking. Why the fuck is this here? Please explain why you're writing this. Shaking hands with Donald Trump is really a contest of wills, and Justin Trudeau will not fail. He's an aristocrat, and he was bred by his father in all the fine arts of modern statecraft, like clasping claws with thugs, and letting them have sex with your wife. Donald Trump is a trumped-up peasant. Small loan of $1 million is a peasant. That's adorable, actually. And Justin Trudeau is the heir and defender of the North American dream. To have Somalis come into your country and have sex with your wife. Okay, I'll calm down with the cuck jokes. It's too easy. This was the only thing discussed in that motorcade to the White House. Forget softwood lumber and dairy supply management, and the attempt to leverage Ivanka for a roundtable on women in the workplace that sounds like a summit they would have held back in the era of silent film. Fuck off. The whole trip was all handshake game plan. What the fuck? Every possible move, every possible contingency, from proper foot stance to recognizing Trump's sloppy attempts at any of the 32 possible Masonic hand ciphers? This is like some fucking reptilians rule the world. What the fuck? One of 32 possible Masonic hand ciphers. Can somebody in the comments please explain what they're talking about? I'm really interested to know what they're talking about. I need to know. The car door opens. This is it. It's go time. Trudeau steps out of the car and glides into Trump's outstretched hand. He quickly braces himself on the president's shoulder, establishing an indomitable center of gravity. He's going fucking Super Saiyan on this handshake. I didn't know Alex Jones was invited, but Trump will not be deterred. He ratchets up the pressure and tries to pull this punk kid in. There is a tug of war. Trudeau is not moving. His hand is too strong. Okay, now I know Trudeau wrote this. I fucking know it. Their forearms are jerking around with electrical power, and neither of them were ready for this to happen. I know I'm not ready for this. I mean, Jesus Christ. He can barely believe it himself, and he has to look down at his own hands to make sure that this is really happening, that yes, he is not broken. He raises his head again to meet Trump's gaze with blazing eyes that scream, Sic semper tyrannis, but also, Ansi toujours au tyrannis, because bilingualism. What? Utterly destroyed, but wanting to be cool about it, Trump gestures at the cameras before leading Justin into his den of lies. Oh, that's cute. I like that. That's a nice rhetorical device you have there. He cannot hide the look of absolute mystification on his face. Yeah. What? Okay. Inside the Oval Office, Trudeau basks in his own self-satisfied glow. Trump, hunched and scowling, flits his eyes across the room. He refuses to be cucked. He refuses to be cucked by Trudeau. It's official. Trump is a tier 2 cuck. He's been cucked by the cuck himself. Wow, nice job, Canada. Nice job, Canada. He refused to be cucked by this Disney prince in his own goddamn house. I think they might want a handshake, he leers at Trudeau. But this will be the one for the sizzle reel. He's going to break this French fuck's hand. Trudeau is ready. He's high on the heady hormonal cocktail of adrenaline and endorphins that only come when you absolutely slay your hashtag brand in the full glare of an international media spectacle. This is the most powerful he has ever felt in his life. Oh, he has a really pathetic life. I'm so sorry for you, Justin. I'm so sorry. It takes all of his power not to scream and rip his shirt off and fuck something. But he clenches his anus and comes back into reality. Focus. Focus. Sure, he fires back and goes in for the kill. The grasp is firm. There are a few more tugs, but neither man yields. Trump can't believe it and goes back to grimly slumping forward. Trudeau puts on another shit-eating grin. Well, if he's into that, I'm sure he is. In telepathic union, both men sigh. Christ, what an asshole. This is going to be a long day. Well, I do think that is a pretty fair judgment of the situation. I'm seriously questioning myself if this is or is not a parody. If Herr Brown got hired here because he's secretly an onion writer, I don't... How else can you explain such shit as Masonic hand ciphers? What the fuck? What is it with Trudeau clenching his anus in this? Can somebody try to find out what's up with Drew Brown, and if he does turn out to be a satirician, sorry, put it in the comments because I do really want to know. I think that'll be all for today. If you have any ideas for future articles for me to cover, put those in the comments as well.